What is up, everybody? We are back. Oh, yeah, guys. We are back. We weren't here last week because no one wanted to tell me they were coming. I was the only one talking by myself.
Sorry.
I was very clear about that.
Calling us out.
Just calling you out live on the SCEVOLI TANO show. Before we start this awesome breakdown of episode 15 of The Bad Batch, Return to Kamino, make sure you guys subscribe down below to the YouTube channel, The SCEVOLI TANO Show, for more fun unboxings, reactions, breakdowns, sexiness, awesomeness, Groguness, Omeganess, Ahsokaness, and all that fun Star Wars jazziness. Whoa! That's my whoa. Don't play with me.
Listen, Chris, real quick. You said that you were by yourself last week. That's a lie. You had cardboard cutouts of all of us. That's a lie.
I wish.
Yeah.
I would get Kaitlyn sitting to the left, Rick with a hole in his head because he just gets me angry, and then Dom with a little Boba Fett on the top of his head.
His Boba Fett Christmas cap.
His Christmas cap.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my God, yes.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, guys, this episode had all of us, I could say for all of us, in our feels. I feel like from the beginning of the episode, they set a tone, and they ended the episode with the same tone. It was nice to see Kamino from in and out, because we really didn't see how Kamino is well and their secrets and stuff like that. We only get like Attack of the Clones. We see Obi-Wan go to Django, and like just through like the halls, which we see on the Clone Wars too. But we never really been in Kamino, if you guys know what I mean by that. So it was nice to go down and see where Clone Force 99 was made, Omega, my daughter, and then the big reveal at the end with Crosshair. I don't know if that's like, if he's telling the truth on that. I really don't know, because in two different scenes, it's different. One, he's holding his head at the end, and then he tells the others, I don't have the chip. In my head, I took it out a long time ago. So I don't know what to believe with that, because I don't know if Crosshair would really just fall to the evil side automatically without the chip's help. I don't know. I guess not. I don't know. But, so what did you guys think of this episode? Rick, you go first.
I thought it was really good. The entire time, like you said earlier, I was just, shaking my hands like this, just, full of excitement. Just this episode was just, just cooking up in the pot and just waiting to see what would happen. And it was very nice to see the visuals of more aspects of Kamino. So like when they were when they gave the orders to blow up the place. So that
was sad.
When like we saw lots.
Empty.
Yeah, that was.
I cried.
It was empty. It was the music was nice, and just like seeing the destruction of it. It's like we're used to clones. Like we love clones, so it's like this is it. This is the end of the clones. So it's like, to me, that was kind of a big moment for me. Just kind of seeing it, I was like, okay, this is it.
This is the destruction of the Republic.
I'll say that for now.
Did you hear me, Rick?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Am I
I was like, we're going in and out. That's why I didn't know if you heard me.
Okay.
So Kaitlyn, what did you think?
I actually caught up on all of the episodes because I saw half of the last one or whatever it was. So I went back and I rewatched some of the episodes and then got to the finale. And I have to say the finale was probably my favorite episode thus far. It was well done, well written, well scripted. Everybody already said this. The music was fantastic. I thought the drama and the tension between Hunter and Crosshair was a long time coming. And the way that they threw us that piece where they're like, oh no, Crosshair has had his inhibitor chip out for a long time, and Hunter's like, how long has it been out? Crosshair's like, no, it's just me, this is how I am. I was like, ah, because I was not expecting that at all. I honestly
Kaitlyn, do you think his chip is out of his head?
I think probably, to be honest, because why does he have a reason to lie at that point? Plus, he's trying to get the Bad Batch to join him. So, I mean, he has, like, no reason to lie. You know what I mean? Like, why lie about it? But who knows? Who knows? They could throw us a whole nother plot point that could lead into season 2, which, thank goodness, it's been confirmed. I'm very excited about that. But overall, I would say they did an amazing job, and I'm excited to see part 2.
Coming 2022. Oh, see how that rhymed? Dude, right there. Dom, what did you think of tonight's episode?
I'm going to be totally honest. This was one of the greatest episodes of the season, and it had all the markings of a Star Wars show. It was from the beginning to end. You know, I sat there, I watched it. I had cheers, I had sorrow. It just really captured me, and it was great because I knew that Crosshairs didn't like the chip after he got hurt episodes back. You know, the chip was probably out, and I knew that he was hurt. That's why he was with the Empire, hurt that his brothers left him. And when he told Hunter, he goes, "I'm going to give you what you didn't give me, a chance." And that really, like, I felt that, like, wow, he's on that borderline that he wants his brothers to join him because he missed his brothers, and he was really upset the fact that they left him. And come on, the way he felt. Look how he felt. They went after Gregor. Somebody have no even idea who he is to rescue him, and not to go rescue their own brother, which really was a spoon to the heart, which was true. And I know Hunter realized that, and I love the Empire Strikes Back moment. Join me. We could be strong in the galaxy. And I love all those little Easter eggs and stuff like that they showed through the episode, and it just really was a great episode. And just the fighting scene when they fought each other and then they got together and they started fighting the Dark Troopers, that really was the music playing. It was awesome. And then just the sorrow of watching Kamino get destroyed. That, it was so eerie watching all the holes, everything empty in Kamino. No clones, no nothing. And Rampart, that son of a bitch. I hope he gets his, man. He just really, he became public enemy number one. And you can even see how he turned on Crosshairs. He just said, let them all die together. Which was, wow. You see, because at the end, he really didn't care. And hopefully, this is the moment that I hope doesn't really happen. Next episode, someone's going to die. Will Hunter die? Remember I told you about Hunter dying to save, to save somebody or Crosshair.
That can't happen.
I actually think
that can't happen.
I know, but I think now I really see Hunter dying more than ever now to save Crosshairs.
No.
Omega is turning into be the leader of the group.
So it's like...
Yes, but he could die at the end of the episode. He could die. That's the thing.
They can't do that. I don't think they can.
Look, come on.
Here we go again.
Dom, do you just want everybody to die and not make it to season 2?
No. Think about this. You have to think about this.
And then he's like, everyone's gonna die. Boba Fett's gonna come out.
No, listen, what? All my theories have gone shot straight into the trash because he went the route. Not to mention that we're probably in season 2 now. There is a chance that Boba Fett will show up in season 2. And there is a chance that Darth Maul will show up in season 2 and Darth Vader. And we might even get Thrawn.
Here goes.
Chris.
Look, but I think Rampart is going to die. I think Rampart's going to die, and I think Hunter's going to take Rampart out. I think that's what's going to happen. They're going to wind up dying together. Call me wrong, and people might hate me for this, but the clone, they're not going to be together after this.
I think Crosser might do like perhaps a redemption kind of thing. Like he saw how the Empire just quickly threw him out the trash. So it's like, he's probably with his brothers now. However, there's some kind of complication where he has to save them, and then he sacrifices himself.
But see, this is my point too. Just say they all survive the destruction of Kamino, because they have to get out somehow, right? And they have Crosshair. So just say they do join the Empire, right? They decide to go with Crosshair, which I'm just saying, what if?
No,
but
they're not. They're not.
No, I know. I'm just saying, what if they do? They're going towards the Empire, right? They're going to die either way because Rampart doesn't like them. So they can't join the Empire. Crosshair can't go back to the Empire. So
Yep.
it's a lose-win. So Crosshair has to go on his own, or join the Bad Batch, or die. That's the three options, and I don't want him to
Solid
die.
But
But
I
he
think
can't go back with the
Crosshair-
Empire because Rampart was like, "Yeah, screw him. He's left on Kamino to
They all die
die."
together. Look, I think Crosshairs is gonna wind up seeing that he was rescued, and what Rampart did, that he was left for dead. And I think they're gonna go after Rampart. I think to save the rest of the Bad Batch, Hunter's gonna sacrifice himself. That's what I'm saying. Omega's gonna be the leader of the group. I've been saying that from the beginning. She's gonna be the leader of the Bad Batch. Not knowing who's gonna live down the road, because you don't see them in the trilogy, in the original trilogy, or beyond that. We know that something big is coming, and I got a feeling, like I said, next season, a time jump. It's got to be a time jump, because they have to get this ball rolling, because there's just too much to fill up. The time jump, you can always fill up the stuff in books or novels or comic books, but somebody's dying next week. Crosshairs or Hunter, but I'm going more with Hunter. I think Hunter
Does
is gonna
someone have
sacrifice
to
himself.
die, Dom?
Yes, they
So
do.
you want
That's
someone
Star
to
Wars.
die?
No, that's Star Wars. Star Wars is
Someone
totally
has to
emotion.
die.
Look, someone gets redempted, or is it redemption, and then there's death. That's what Star Wars is about. A new beginning.
But it's Disney now, so why can't we have redemption without death?
It's Star Wars. I don't care if it's Disney. It's Star Wars.
Yeah.
There is going to be somebody
know.
dying. Look, Rampart
Well, I mean,
died.
it's animated,
Look.
so it's
Look,
It's
It's a-
meant for
it's a
it's really
different
meant for
ball
kids.
game.
Like, let's
Look.
be real.
I
you know, like later
to be
on, about
honest-
10 years,
to be
they
honest,
have-
I don't.
I feel attacked.
I feel attacked.
You knew what I meant. You knew what I meant.
I'm just kidding, of course.
Okay. You
But
know what I
just
meant. Like, it's a Disney cartoon. Like, it's really meant for a certain age group. But those of us Star Wars fans who really enjoy Star Wars, we go back and we watch it. Plenty of adults watch Clone Wars. No offense to anyone. Just saying it's not really styled for, I would assume it's not really styled for our
look,
ages.
look, Star Wars, look, at the end of the day, Lucas always said that Star Wars is for kids. We all know that. But there is adult themes in them. Look,
Yes.
let me tell you something. For
Like
things to be
every Disney.
realistic, you have to make things realistic. You have to have death. You have to have rebirth. You can't just have everybody live. This is not like we watch cartoons that people live all the time. Star Wars was always had that sorrow moment where somebody you love died and came back to look. It's about light and dark, the darkness and the light, and it's always somebody who is dark going back into the light, and then in the light
Right.
somebody going to the dark. But it's a redemption. Every Star Wars arc is a redemption. Look at Kylo in the sequel trilogy. He became
Boo!
Ben Solo again.
Kylo!
No,
Fake Sith!
I
Fake news!
I know, but look at the prequels. You know, look at the the prequels. You had Vader. He redeemed himself in Return of the Jedi. You know, there's always somebody that turns to the dark side that actually becomes good again, and there's always has a death to make the story.
Which is Crosshair.
So Crosshair,
Mm,
right?
yeah, look, I wouldn't bet. Look, we all know someone's gonna die, and it's
No.
not cross. Look, everybody's going to the Crosshair because he gets the redemption. I'm going more towards Hunter because Hunter always all the missions. He's like, I don't think it's a good idea. I don't like it.
That can't happen.
All these things.
That can't
Look.
happen, Dom.
But it can, because you got to make it the fact that there's got to be that sober moment that at the end of this next week's episode, someone's going to die. And you're going to be like, damn. And what's going to happen is that when season 2 begins, it's going to be a time jump, 5 years. That's the way I see it.
I don't.
Hey guys,
And
I can
don't
see the
mean to
time
interrupt.
jump. Yeah.
can I be excused for like 5 minutes? I have a very important phone call I have to take. I'll be right back. I apologize for interrupting. I'll be right back.
You can go.
Okay, I'll be back.
I'll be back. Okay.
Look.
So before you start,
So,
Dom,
hold on, Dom. I think
Yeah.
that's like the Mandalorian dying, and season 2 happens. It can't.
Hunter's not
well,
the
no,
Mandalorian.
I don't think
Hunter,
like,
listen, Hunter is not the Mandalorian. Hunter is a secondary character. Bad Batch is basically about Omega. It's Omega's arc. It's with the Bad Batch in it. If you really put it in perspective, the Bad Batch are just the co-stars of the star of the show. Look,
I think Omega's kind of like Grogu, which potentially it's an Omega show.
Look, she's gonna get
Mandalorian's the Grogu show.
Look, one of the shows that are coming on Disney Plus, live action, Omega's showing up because she's a moneymaker. Look, all kidding aside, out of all the kids, like people thought that Grogu was cute. Everybody hated Ezra. All these things, all these kids that are in shows, Omega is the most likable one, even though people liked Grogu. But Omega really fits in with that perspective. And when she gets older, there's some very important things tasked for her when she gets older. And that's why I'm saying that you might have two of the members of Bad Batch surviving this whole ordeal down the road when it gets up to the Mandalorian's timeline. So, look, I have a feeling there's going to be a comic book, a Bad Batch comic book down the road. The in-between spots, like I'm saying, because next year it's going to be a time jump. I'm saying 5 years. It could be 2 years, 3 years, but there's going to be a time jump. And Vader is going to be in next season. It has to be because he's not. He can still pop up next week. It could be one of those crazy grand finales where Vader.
I'm hoping. So I'm hoping for that. I'm cheering.
That could be the cliffhanger. But I read something that there's going to be a big twist at the ending.
Boba Fett.
No. I wish it's Boba Fett, but something big is going to happen. A big twist is going to happen, and it might not be for everyone. It could be something that maybe it's something small or something big. We don't know, but it's going to be a twist, and we're going to be sit there scratching our heads because it's supposed to be a cliffhanger.
Okay.
So
definitely cliffhanger for sure. I mean, for sure.
This is what I'm going to say to Dom. I say this to Dom. Omega is the moneymaker. She is. But Grogu tops her. Grogu tops her. I'm sorry, my daughter.
Look,
Can't
I like
believe you
Grogu
said that,
came
right? She was right there.
Because Omega right now, she has nothing out. She has nothing out, and I'm very disappointed. She's only on a t-shirt, she's on a Funko Pop, and she's on a fig pin. And I have a pin of her coming soon, so I'm making a pin of her.
Her Black Series is confirmed.
It's confirmed too, so that's coming.
Nice.
But if you really want to make your money on Omega, you make statues. You're making posters. Well, there's not one poster of her out.
No, she has a poster.
I'm getting commissioned by an artist.
There's a Bad Batch poster. There is
pay
one.
to make.
But I
think we might see some more Omega things actually. So I think it's gonna take some time.
Year.
Because I think with Grogu, once the first season ended, a couple months, that's when everything started coming out. So maybe
people started freaking out online because he's so cute, or because nobody knew at that time. So cute, baby Yoda, and like the popularity is what really pushed that merch, though. You know what I mean?
Well,
it was really high.
When did it come out? When did it come out? When they introduced Grogu, it didn't come out for a while. So Omega stuff is going to come out because I'm going to tell you something. They're going to have a comic book with Omega in it. Because, listen, like I said, the Bad Batch of the co-stars, she is the star of the show. It's basically her. And they didn't introduce her to be the last clone for a reason. There is something more about her that meets the eye. And next week we'll find out.
She's more sensitive.
Look, exactly. We found out, like, she might even say, like, you know what? Listen, I'm against that. But the Palpatine story has to listen. The Palpatine story has to move forward because Palpatine is looking for the clone to move his essence, and that he's the clone facility. So they moved the clone facilities, and this is going to lead into Snoke and the Snoke theory and all these things that are going on. So she is the key to the future of what happens to the clowns.
I want Omega and Grogu to move together.
Oh my god, that's like.
But this is not my theory.
It'll never happen.
But I have something like that. I feel like I don't know, but I feel like the Bad Batch is set up for something bigger. You know, I feel like with the Bad Batch, they all have special, unique styles to them. Hunter, everybody, all Clone Force 99, even Omega. You know, even if Omega turns out not to be Force sensitive, you know, we'll still love her either way. You know, But I feel like with the Bad Batch, they have to escape Kamino somehow. They have to, and it's destroying very quickly. So the only thing I can say is someone's going to rescue them. Someone will come and help them, or
maybe
they get off by that tube thing that they
or there's another way.
Omega. But like when I looked up the name to the Bad Batch, I do feel like they will. How can I say it? Like just like Rex. Rex is doing something that we do not know of. He's out there rescuing clones or knowing what happened to the Republic, because no one really knows what happened to the Republic. It just fell. We just started executing the Jedi for some reason because they committed treason. But why did they commit the treason? What is the treason? So I feel like with the Bad Batch and also Rex now, I feel like the next season the Bad Batch might find some way to get in. Like, where's the Jedi? Like, all right, they're committed for treason, but how? Why? When did this happen? Why did the clones just turn because of the inhibitor chip? But that doesn't make no sense. So how did everything... Like, we need to find out the truth. You know, like, no one... We don't know who really found... The only one that knows really the truth in this era right now is Obi-Wan Kenobi. That Darth Vader is Anakin. So I really want, like, Rex and the Bad Batch to find out, like, who is this evil motherfucker Darth Vader? You know, why is Sidious controlling? Who is Darth Sidious? You know, Palpatine. You know, like, I want that to get explored because the clones should know and people should know who they're dealing with. Anakin Skywalker, the greatest Jedi that ever lived in the Jedi. You know, like, we only know that Obi-Wan found out, and then Yoda, and then Ahsoka at the end, but no one else knew Anakin.
I think the show has a lot of potential to get there because we're just seeing, you know, the unfolding of Order 66, right? We're just seeing that right now. So I think you're right, and I would love to see all that too, but I think the show has a lot of potential to get your questions answered, along with a lot of the other shows that are also coming out.
Yeah, because there has to be something. Like, we know Kamino got destroyed. We know Kamino is getting destroyed, but like the Empire took all their files. But there has to be something more to everything. Like, the Bad Batch just have to hit a button, and all of a sudden you hear Anakin's voice, or you hear Obi-Wan's, or you hear this one's, or you hear this one's. Like,
there was another rumor that the Obi-Wan series, that Bad Batch characters were going to be in the Obi-Wan series, which takes place 10 years before New Hope. So if you're going to have Inquisitors in Obi-Wan and Commander Cody, why can't you have the Bad Batch? And that's what I'm trying to say. If the Bad Batch is still around, well, they're hiding. Look, Rex isn't hiding. We all know that. But Rex is rounding up Gregor, Wolf, and all these guys that flee the Empire. And you have all these clones that are out there, because a lot of the clones got terminated. There was an Order 66 to the clones too as well, because now you have the humans that are taking over as the Imperials. So there is a lot of clones out there, and that's why I'm trying to say that if they do a time jump with season 2, we'll find out a lot more on the clones' perspective. This is what I want. Look, we already know the Jedi, the Sith. We already know what Sidious' plan is. We know what Vader's plan is. We know Order 66. Now the clones. We have to find out the clones, their role in Order 66 moving forward, because there's not a lot of stories about the clones in this time era. Mm-hmm. You have a few that moved out, and that's why the Bad Batch is such an important series. We have season 2. You hope there's another season after season 2, because it's so much story, and that's why if they do a time jump, and I'm going to keep saying the time jump, because then they can make room for novels and young novels and comic books and other things that can fill in the gaps, because there's a lot of story. Look, that 20-year time gap between Revenge of the Sith and New Hope, a lot of destruction, a lot of death, a lot of shit happened. So I want to see a lot of that stuff. But remember, not just in the Skywalker saga, there's other shit that happened in other parts of the galaxy that is totally different from this, that I want to see. I want to see the Chiz. I want to see Grand Admiral Thrawn, what's going on with that. I want to see what's going on with the Vong You know, there's so much in Star Wars. There's so much. So hopefully, moving forward, we'll get a lot more answers. And like, I still want to see the battle between Maul and Vader. Because Maul made the comment in Rebels. I keep saying that you can't take Vader by himself. How do you know you can't take Vader by himself? Unless you fought him, and there were no match for him, and you ran away. You got away. So they still have to show that. I don't want to see Obi-Wan fight Vader again because it takes away from New Hope when he first ran
I don't think
into.
he will, though. I don't think that will happen.
It
will just be flashbacks.
I think with either
and stuff.
Flashbacks, or Vader versus Maul, or Obi-Wan fights some Inquisitors. That's going to be the key. Look, we also have Endor too. You might have a clone showing up in Endor. You know, the clone showing up in Endor because it's a spy trail. There's gonna be the Empire in it too. So there's so much stuff that we can look forward to, and who knows if Omega is Force sensitive, she might show up in the Ahsoka series. You know, because Luke is gonna be hunting down Force sensitive beings to build up his academy. Because remember, they're supposed to be making the Luke Academy. That they hired the dude that does the deep fakes to do the face recognition to make people look good now. So there's a lot. There's a lot of things that are happening that we don't know. Next year is Star Wars Celebration in May. We'll find out some stuff that we don't know now. And as the
maybe they'll have it.
Maybe
Hopefully.
if it doesn't just freaking.
Yeah.
You know, look, we gotta hope. We gotta hope that things get better in the next couple of months because. Look, but we do know that we have things coming, so we don't have to worry about things being delayed on television because things are filmed already. The Endor series might get delayed as well as the Obi-Wan, depending on how bad the situations are. Though you got to pray that doesn't happen. But we do have Bad Batch Season 2, which people can work and draw and do their things from home. So cartoons are much easier to make. All you have to do is get the voice stars to film their scenes, and they can do what they have to do.
Yeah.
The one voice star. With his face, who does all the clones. So
D. Bradley Baker.
D. Bradley Baker. So, you know, look, like I said, we're starting to find out little things more and more. And this episode showed a little bit more. Like we found out Omega, you know, watched the Bad Batch grow. You know, so she was made, and
that was very interesting to learn about.
That was a very, very important part of knowing. So there's other things we're gonna have to find out, and slowly but surely, we'll find out. And we also, look, like back to Crosshair, you know, he wanted Omega to leave, to get off planet. He was trying to save Omega. This is no place for a child. You know, and he wanted to kill her. So he actually does have his senses and who he is. You know, because remember, when he had the chip in the episode where he got his face burns, he was like, aim for the girl. So he was going to shoot at the girl, but then all of a sudden now he turns around and says that to save her, that this is no place for a child. So his chip is not there. I have to go back to that. I'm trying to get back into the story, but
I agree. May I interject for a second?
Go right ahead.
I think Crosshair has been seeing a lot of what the Empire is about, you know, working for them, etc. And, you know, he knows that the Bad Batch is not going to survive or is going to have a really hard time if they don't join the Empire. So I think his thought process is there, like, no, I'm trying to save you guys, join the Empire, we'd be amazing together. And I think that's where Crosshair's mind is at, and I always go back to the fact that, yeah, he does not have his chip. But I think he chose that side because he realized
he can't win.
We can't win. This is the side of power right now. You know,
he chose that side because he was left behind, and they took him in.
Yes, there's a deeper side to it, but also he knew there's a lot of power behind the Empire. Why would I choose the losing side right now?
He probably decided that once, like, you know, the chip, you know, orders, right? Once the chip was taken out, he was, you know, got back to his senses, but realistically, he knew he has to continue to be on that side, and like, there's no other way. Like, he's seeing how powerful the Empire is, and like, the numbers are,
exactly.
And like, so yeah, exactly. So I could definitely see that, but I think there was a ship when the chip was removed, but like, that's why he continued to be on that side, and he still like has it with the passion.
But I think, and even though we want to make Crosshair to be out the villain, and he is the villain, but at the same time, I think he did what he did because he wants to try to save them all. He wants to try to save them, get them to be on the Empire side so they can go back to being the Bad Batch, you will. I think he did have his brothers in mind, but he went about it the wrong way. So I don't want to... he is the villain, right? They're making him to be the villain, but I think in his heart of hearts, he did what he did because he knew it was going to be very hard for them to survive without the protection of the Empire. Good soldiers follow orders. That's what he says, and he's more of a soldier of heart than a father figure of what Hunter and the guys are trying to do with Omega. They're all about war. He's about war. He's not about on the run being mercenaries going from job to job. Wrecker, and that's the way he sees things. And now that the chip has been removed, I know he's seen a lot more of what the Empire is about. Yes. And
he's afraid for his brothers that they're all going to die. But now, after Rampart said let them all die together and took them out like that, he's going to look. It's either he's going to be very, very like a stubborn with Hunter and don't know what he wants to do, or he can embrace Hunter and say, you know what, I was wrong, this and that, you're my brothers, and you had your reasons to do what you did. But like I said, I'm going back to the death thing. Someone's dying. And
can we just have redemption without death, though? Can we just entertain that for 30 seconds?
I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what?
Can we entertain it? I want to see what happens in your mind.
All right, listen. Crosshairs is going to redeem himself.
Okay.
And
yes,
he's going to redeem himself, and he's going to. No, look, he's going to redeem himself.
I think he's going to see that Hunter's going to tell him like we saved you, dude. I think he's going to see everything. Everything happen. Look, I actually think he might be listening. He might be stunned. He probably heard. He probably heard what's going on, but he was out. Look, a lot of things. Like when it comes to Star Wars, there's so many possibilities. Like this episode was, like I said, really was gut wrenching and very. Amazing. It was sad, emotional. It was an amazing episode, and hopefully next week tops this. Because like the first. That's a very small detail, Dom. I don't know about that.
Remember the first episode when Hera came back? That first episode was good, and I was disappointed with the second episode. Yeah. So, I think the finale is the finale for the season. It's definitely going to be a good one, and this was good. And I don't know. I just hope for a good ending. An ending that you sit there and you have to scratch your head and sit there and go, "Oh my God, this was like fantastic," and I can't wait for next season. Oh, I gotta wait for next season. I want that type of emotion.
I think this show has really delivered.
Yes.
I think they did an amazing job with the show.
You'd probably like to see the Slave One come in the end.
But with this, with the show, I'm very happy that this show did come out and they did do this show.
Yes.
And I feel like with Crosshair, it's very hard. Because he literally betrayed his brothers.
Yes.
The Bad Batch never betrayed him. When he shot at Kanan, that's when Hunter was like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" So it was starting to fall from right there, and then that 1 hour 15 episode aftermath, you just see how it just went down with the brotherhood and the friendship between them. So, and then when Crosshair kept holding his head, and Omega knew, it's a chip, but no one knew what the chip was, and then it got stronger. They made it enhancement on it, and that's when he just went south. So it's not really because if he didn't have that chip, really, if they didn't make it stronger, totally, the Bad Batch left him. Definitely, they didn't save him at all. But they couldn't go back to Kamino. They're going to die. So, to me, they didn't betray Crosshair. Crosshair betrayed them. And Hunter's not going to say that. But Hunter feels like, I left you, but you betrayed us too. You didn't come with us, and you didn't and you didn't listen to us. So that's very hard to say that they betrayed each other, because the Bad Batch never betrayed Crosshair.
I will go back on this for 1 second, because remember when, and I may go back on what I said here earlier too, but remember when at the beginning when Omega was like, it's not your fault to Crosshair, because initially it was the inhibitor chip and it wasn't his fault. So Crosshair sees it as them betraying him because Crosshair didn't have a choice because of the chip.
Oh, okay.
And then eventually, when he got the chip, when he got his head blown up and the chip was disintegrated, or he got the chip removed, whenever that occurred in the timeline, you know, that's when
he still felt bitter. He still felt bitter about the fact that his brothers left him, and that's why he stayed with the Empire, because he felt like if he tried going back, they wouldn't accept him because of it didn't happen. So he stayed, and that's why. Remember 2 weeks ago when I said the episode with Hera, the second part was disappointing. It's Crosshair was looking at Gregor, and Gregor was looking back. They were looking at Hauser looking back and forth. He was seeing how the clones are like brotherhood.
Rick, are you playing with your mouse? Are you playing with your keys?
Hold on.
What are you doing, Rick? We're in the middle of something.
Yeah, Rick, we're in a heated debate right now.
I agree, Dom, but I will go back to this, and I want to see the good in Crosshair. I really do, but I think eventually he made the choice to stay with the Empire because he knew that the longevity of himself and the Bad Batch would be better because he had seen the strength of the Empire.
And so to be honest,
this was his plan after the inhibitor chip got. This was his plan from then on. He was going to try to re-recruit the Bad Batch back into the Empire because part of him missed his brothers.
Yeah,
and he wanted to save them. I think, and this is his way. I want to see the good in his bad logic.
And to be honest, the Empire wiped out the whole entire Jedi race. Literally wiped everybody out.
And is getting rid of the clones.
Yeah, and now getting rid of the clones. So one by one, there's not until later on in the timeline, but there's no one that can really beat the Empire right now. You know? So you die or you be destroyed, you join me, or die, like Maul says to Ahsoka when they fight. Join me, I'll ask you one more time. You join me or you die. And then she says never. But in reality, she should have joined them because by the time they got back to Coruscant, Anakin would have still been Anakin. You know? So I wish that happened.
It turns out to the point where the bad guys are the ones that actually was telling the truth. If you think about it. And the Jedi were blinded by everything that was going on. They didn't believe. You see, even though Maul was sick, he was just crazy.
He was right.
It's like the Thanos logic. Thanos wanted to wipe out, half the population because the food and all that stuff wasn't there. And the same thing with Maul. Maul was like, he knew that Anakin was going to become Vader, that he was Palpatine's new puppet. So, but Order 66 became part of that, and the story moved on from that. But like I said, the Empire is strong, and you see what the Empire is capable of. They don't care about you or me. They just care about taking over and domination. And that's what, and that's why, you have to look through the eyes of the Empire itself. People join because they felt that that's the right thing to do.
And they're scared.
The good and the bad. Like, who's to say the Empire is bad? They have their logic, and who's to say the Republic is good? They have their bad. They got their logic. So any side you join on, it's like, but reasonably, if you see mass genocide going on from one side, you're sitting there going, I don't think they're the good guys, but in their eyes, they are the good guys. So,
and I think that's actually like a long-term debate in Star Wars, though. Like each side sees themselves as correct. It's just a matter of what aligns with your logic and your thought process. Because, the Sith see themselves as correct, and the Jedi see themselves as correct. And Dom, I completely agree. And this is a very fascinating topic that has been present throughout the entirety of Star Wars. Which side is morally, or which side is correct? Because the Jedi are portrayed as light side, dark side's portrayed as dark side and evil. But are they? Or is the Jedi really evil?
Oh, darkness. Find out next week on the SCEVOLI TANO show. Da-na-na-na.
Anyway, Dom, I agree. I'm sorry. Continue. I wanted to interject. I apologize.
No. That's good. No, I'm just saying that the fact is that is the logic of what is Star Wars, and it's a poet. George Lucas said it's poetry in motion, and you have redemption, you have death, you have good, you have evil, and it just goes in the circle, and it keeps going. So like Omega and Grogu and Spectre 7, Jason, Zandula, all the kids that we see are the future later on, and maybe, like I said, in the live action shows, we'll see these characters, come back. Omega and Spectre 7. I call him Spectre 7 because that's his name, Spectre 7. And Jason Zandula. But, there's a lot of Star Wars is going to be around even when we're not here anymore. There's so much story and there's so much they can do. And Disney Plus can open the door for so many things because you can have different perspectives of different things. You can have a show on Jedi, a show on clones, a show on Republic soldiers. You can have a show on the Chiz, on the Zabarak. All these different shows. You can have different things, and all fall into one big circle. And that's why I love Star Wars, because it's so many different aspects. And and to make stories complete and compelling, they have to really have some gut-wrenching moments. And back to the Bad Batch. This was a gut-wrenching moment. This episode was fantastic, and 10 out of 10 for me, and I really enjoyed it. And after I get off of this, I'm actually going to sit down and watch it again. Because I want to watch it again, and then I'm going to watch Suicide Squad. But
there you go.
No, you saw it?
I did.
Did you see it?
Well, I did.
heard, like, if you said bad things, I heard people that 4 people I know told me it's amazing and it's fantastic. So I'm gonna watch it. I actually like the first one.
We'll see what you think. I was kind of like, what the F is this? But what? I heard a lot of people enjoyed it as well. My fiance and I did not enjoy it. That doesn't mean it's not a good movie, but we just were like, what the hell is going on? So I hope you enjoy it, though.
I'm going to say I'm going to check it out because believe it or not, I think I'm like one of 1,000 people that actually likes the first one. I actually enjoyed the first one, even though it was all over the place. You know what? Listen, it's a movie.
Same with the second one.
Okay, it's all over the place. I heard that John Cena took the show, but he was the best part of it. But back to Star Wars. Next week,
my friends.
Listen, next week is going to be
amazing.
The season finale, and I hope it's just as amazing or even more amazing than this episode. And I want to have a great show next week and discuss next week's episode already. That's the anticipation I'm waiting for.
Somebody needs to censor me. Over here, like, I love my record.
Yeah, you go like this to record.
No.
I'll do that.
This is G or PG. I'm pretty sure Chris would not appreciate that on his channel. Hell no. Oh, Rick's hiding.
We'll start OnlyFans. The SCEVOLI TANO OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. Hey,
No.
I'm going to start my own channel with Christmas songs. There you go.
On OnlyFans?
OnlyFans.
I'm just going to have a visible confusion face.
But guys, before we go, what are your thoughts on next week's episode? Rick, you go first. Because I'm tired of you motherfuckers.
Can you hear me, Chris?
We are not invited back next week.
Not next season. I gotta find new people. Rick, your predictions for the season finale of The Bad Batch.
We're canceled.
Later, Bruce.
Oh,
You
shit.
can't even
My
talk.
predictions. Well, okay. My predictions for the next season. So definitely, I think we're gonna have like a redemption story with Crosshair. I don't know if he's gonna die. Hopefully not. but if that's the case, you know, I mean, who knows? I think Crosshair will be the one to go, and Chris.
No.
So
No,
Chris
our
being
beloved Chris.
rescued, that's definitely a possibility. Let's see how they get it out. Looking forward to that. I have my fingers crossed to see Vader.
Is Rick lagging for anybody
something I
else?
really want
Yeah,
to
he's
see,
lagging.
but
Okay.
I mean, it's kind of a long shot now. So
That was great speech, Rick. Great speech.
Let's see
even
what
know
we see
what
next
you
week.
Said.
He's like,
Great speech.
And
I didn't hear anything.
Great speech,
He
Rick.
kept repeating
Kaitlyn, you're
himself.
up. That was such a great speech. I don't know how you could compete with that.
I can agree with part of what I heard that Rick said. So I am hoping for some redemption of Crosshair. I am not hoping for any death of Crosshair, but I think there could probably be a possibility of the death of someone. I'm hoping no one, but we'll see. And I think I'm really hoping the Bad Batch ends on a good, light note, and that we just transition smoothly into season 2. I have no other super predictions like Dom I'm sure will have, but I'm just hoping for a nice, excellent season finale, which let it mirror the first part, but give us something light and fluffy, not any death.
Yeah.
There you go. That's
Dom?
what I'm looking for.
Predictions for you, Dom.
well, I'm predicting next episode. What I'm doing, I'm predicting is that it ends in a cliffhanger, and we have to wait till next year to see what happens.
Boo.
Listen, they can't wrap up everything. There's something
I'm
big
kidding.
that's going to happen.
I know.
Look.
I'm kidding.
Look, someone's going to die. Someone's going to die in this. Even if it's Rampart, if it's Hunter, if it's
Yeah.
Crosshair, someone's
Rampart.
definitely going. Yeah, I definitely want Rampart. That son of a bitch. I want him to definitely face death, but maybe they get rescued by Rex and the other clones. They come help them.
Yeah.
So maybe we get an appearance of Ahsoka at the end. That'd be kind of crazy. And
No,
like that
so-
with Ahsoka.
I don't think so.
She did an interview
I don't think it's
with a fan, and she said,
Yeah.
I have not filmed any scenes from the Bad Batch. So
Okay, so that's confirmed.
Yes, I see that too. Yeah, so I look at it this way. There were a plot twist at the end, and I'm just hoping that it does mirror the first episode. It'll make it even better. I just hope it just really is an episode where I'm like, I want to be like a holy shit moment, like holy shit. Like today's episode is holy shit. I want next episode like holy shit, double and triple, and after that. The only thing I can say is Boba Fett. Next season, Boba Fett.
oh dear Lord.
I'm sorry. I'm laughing at Rick. I have no idea what's going on.
I
I'm
know.
trying to listen to Dom. I'm waiting for the Domtober Star Wars Theories novel. Let's go. You should write a book.
Rick, speak, Rick.
Oh, I don't know. I
Can't
hear
can't.
me?
close it.
No. Yes?
No? Yes?
Yeah,
Yes.
I can hear you.
Yes.
Okay.
He's like a jumping
No.
bean. I just want to
What
punch him in
is-
the face.
Going on.
Stay
It's my
still.
internet. Can you guys hear me? It's my internet.
Yeah.
Tell us your prediction again. We didn't know what you were saying.
Can you guys hear me now? Like,
Yes, Rick.
Yes.
Rick, I'm gonna punch you
Okay.
through the screen.
I'm gonna punch his internet.
Well.
So, my predictions for this next episode. You guys can still hear me?
Yes, Rick. We'll tell you when you suck.
Okay, tell me. So yes, redemption with Crosshair. Let's see if they get rescued. Long shot with Vader, but it would be really awesome to see. Am I still good?
Yeah, you're still good. I'm just looking at you because I have to look at you this week.
Okay. Okay. And that's pretty much it. I mean, let's see what we get for this last episode. It's gonna be huge. I don't know if someone's gonna die, but if someone dies, I think it's gonna be Crosshair.
Yeah.
Probably.
And my predictions, guys, always Omega's force sensitive.
Yes.
And
Palpatine.
I feel like I agree with Dom a little, Rex. But the only thing I have with that theory, that Omega didn't go back to the ship. So I have that doubt that she didn't contact Rex real quick. But that's my prediction. My predictions next week, they're going to get off Kamino and go back with Sid. And the episode's going to end maybe on a cliffhanger or something. Or we might see a little Jedi. We don't know. I hope we see a Jedi at the end, but probably not. But yeah, maybe Grogu shows up somehow. I don't know. Maybe Grogu just appears. Probably not. Maybe season 2 like Boba Fett.
Oh yeah, Boba Fett's gonna come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Dom's gonna.
And then that's it. That's all I have to say. Rick, where can everybody find you on the social medias?
On Instagram, StarWars.Rick, TikTok, Starwars Rick, Twitter, Starwars_Rick.
I'm really gonna punch this kid in the face when I see him.
Why?
He just jumps around like a jumping bean. He goes. Can you see me now? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me, guys? I'm right here, guys. Hi. Like, that's Rick.
Dom.
Like, Rick, stay still, you.
Chris, Kaitlyn. Oh my God. Okay.
Kaitlyn, where can everybody find you on social medias before I kill Rick?
It's
Okay,
all love.
so
I love Rick.
anyway, yeah, so Kaitlyn the Sith, and Kaitlyn the Sith, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
Dom, where can everybody find your Domtober at?
Instagram at Domtober.com.
That
I
was
knew
so
he was gonna say that.
very.
He was like, you could find me
so
on the
dramatic.
internet.
Hey, Chris, next episode, Dom's probably gonna have like the chair, you know?
The cats, as he pets the cat's heads. Yes.
He's gonna have
Yes.
the chair that Boba Fett is sitting on in the Mandalorian.
The throne,
Like,
another
like
throne in
that.
the background.
Yeah, just like
I'm gonna have the cardboard cut up. A FedEx stand on my side with me sitting in the chair. I'm with my helmet on.
And guys, you know where to find me. SCEVOLI TANO, almost everywhere. The SCEVOLI Store, the SCEVOLI TANO Show, anywhere. Thank you to Starwars Rick, Kaitlyn the Sith, Domtober, for coming on. And I'm going to thank them next week, too, that all they did for me this season, they didn't have to come on every episode. I appreciate Rick, even if
we did it last episode.
Rick, I'm going to come to California just to kick your ass.
And you're not gonna have this next season, right?
I really hate him. I'm not having him. Kaitlyn Thompson come back.
Hey, Chris, I do apologize for last week for not being, because I went to Jersey, so it kind of like got a little late the time I got home. So
No, that's
I was
okay.
working.
I knew Rick's excuse. Kaitlyn, I knew you
I
had
have
something.
continuous life drama, so I apologize.
No, that's okay. No, I don't hate any of you. But just tell me in advance you're not going to make it. Tell me. And
You hate
then
us.
we'll save it for another day. Or if it just pops up automatically, like, oh my God, Chris, I'm so sorry. But just tell me in advance so I know to plan. I can plan a couple of hours ahead. Maybe I'll ask someone else to come on for that. Or I'll just do it like a voiceover or something like that. That's it. I don't care.
Yeah,
You guys
put
have a-
cardboard cutouts of us.
I'm going to kill Rick. That's what I'm going to do.
Why? Like as soon as my internet started working, I'm just messing with you, dude.
I really wish your internet just died so you could just simmer.
Look, I'm moving.
Good Lord, I hate it.
What are you gonna do, Chris? What are you gonna do?
I need
Good night,
I
everybody.
need some popcorn.
I know.
Popcorn?
Be kind to one another. Before we go, make sure you guys subscribe down below to the YouTube channel, The SCEVOLI TANO Show, for more fun unboxings, reactions, breakdowns, awesomeness, sexiness, Omeganess, Groguness, and Ahsokaness. All in that order. And the whoa. Whoa! Come on, Rick, do your whoa. Woo! Oh, dear Lord. Dear Lord. Be kind to one another, guys, and may the Force be with you.
Goodbye.
Always.
Bye!
In my life, when you find people who need your help, you help them, no matter what.